Happy end of May. It's May 31st, and so that means it is time for another monthly recap for Infield Hits. The theme for this month was Dig Myself Out of the Hole That I Dug Last Month. And so if you remember, I bought a case of 2025 Topps Heritage, which these are what the cards look like, and it was a big expense and kind of a dud of a case, which was no surprise, and really a poor financial decision. I talked about this last month. It was obviously not going to be a profitable decision, but it was a lot of fun. It was calculated, and I had the funds to do it, so why the heck not, right? But with that, my goal this month was mainly on sales and really trying to sell stuff, recoup some cash, build up back ideally to profitability, which is the goal by the end of this year. But it is kind of fun because in that time, even though I focused my attention on selling, I was able to add some really nifty cards to the personal collection in May. So let's walk through them. The first few, and of course the themes, as usual, are going to be Rockies cards for in-person autographs, as well as the in-person autographs that I got in May, and then some Topps Gold parallels, and maybe a couple other things that come across my desk. But the mail arrived today, got this one in, a green refractor numbered to 99, and as you can see, kind of got a clever start to this Brenton Doyle 2025 Topps Heritage Rainbow, all acquired at really low cost. I'll have to add up the numbers offline here, but I mean, just a few bucks for these, and these are smoking gorgeous cards, in my opinion. Love the color that they added. So you got the green to 99, the black to 76. If you've watched prior months, I got him to sign a 2024 Topps Heritage high number black refractor, so I think this would pair really nicely with that. An orange numbered to 25. I got this on auction like the day that Heritage came out, and it was $5 plus shipping. Unbelievable. So this is why I love Rockies, Brenton Doyle is probably the second best player on the team, and to get a card number to 25 from a significant Topps release is pretty darn cool. And then rounding out, we got the gold number to 50. So as far as refractors go, I still need the blue number to 150. I still need the red number to 5 and the superfractor number to 1. Don't really have high hopes of getting that. And then also the chrome, just plain Jane chrome, as well as the chrome refractor. I think that's it anyways. Jumping to some in-person autographs. So I broke the case of 2025 Topps Heritage with the intention to get a full set, and I got all the low numbered, the regular base series 1 through 400, and got 68 if memory counts on the short prints. So kind of annoying to not even get a full set in the case break, but I have been able to make use of the set and bring some cards out to Coors Field to get in-person autographs. And so, of course, one of my personal collection interests, Doyle, he signed for me. Really nice. I actually gave him a black refractor from 2024 Topps Heritage high number for himself to keep. He collects cards, and so he was able to sign a couple of cards for me, including this one, which we'll get to. Ariel Amador, young guy, second baseman, has struggled a bit, but in an interesting autograph to say the least, but very kind of him to sign his rookie card and get on the board there. And then finally, Ezekiel Tovar, shout out to Sprague Sports Memorabilia. He invited me to a season ticket holder event where Tovar was signing for the season ticket holder. So I was Sprague Sports Memorabilia's +1 and was able to get this card signed, freshly pulled from a case of Heritage. Jumping back a few years to another set I'm working on, again, signed at Coors Field. Always a thrill for me to add signed 2021 Topps Heritage and high number cards to my set. I think I'm at probably close to 60 signed. So got Mickey Moniak, Rockies outfielder, for the first time ever at a day game, second end of a doubleheader. Jose Iglesias. He is well known for his singing talents in addition to his baseball talents, and he signed a Heritage card for me. And I always keep cards handy of announcers and TV analysts. The Rockies have some former players with some cool cards, and so you can see here, got this X-Fractor and also this black refractor numbered to just 549 from 2006 Topps Chrome. Both rookie cards and both signed by Spilly. I think he does really good work. I love how he brings kind of data and an analysis to his role as a TV analyst. He also does some stuff for Apple TV. So pretty cool there. Thank you, Spilly. Michael Tolia, Big Mike, signing the Cosmic Chrome rookie card. He is just a really nice guy, really good signer, especially this year. So hope he picks it up offensively a bit. He's got amazing power, but great to add another signed Tolia card. Jeremiah Estrada, nice to get a visiting player. This card I pulled out of a bulk lot like the day of, and glad I pulled it because he did, in fact, sign. Up next, Tony, Antonio Senzatella. He was at the same season ticket holder event that Tovar was, and so he signed a Topps Complete Set Blue Star parallel print run of $299. Really cool. Love getting these signed, as well as a gold number 2 2022. Also on the gold stash, Nick Martini, unfortunately for him, maybe fortunately for him, he got designated for assignment by the Rockies, and so maybe a good thing that he won't have to suffer any longer with really, really challenging circumstances on the Rockies. This is a classic case. Martini doesn't start every day. And he also doesn't have too many fans. This is his first season, or was his first season with the Rockies. And so I set myself in position at a night game, along with a couple other buddies who like autographs. And Nick Martini came out. I've had these cards in my book. I've never had a chance to get him to sign anything. And I specifically got his attention while he was doing warm-ups. And I said, hey, could you please sign after you're done? And typically he has not signed to date, but also no one has really called him over. And he looked at me and he kind of threw up an index finger to say, hey, 1 second, I'll be there when I'm done. And true to his word, he finished up and he came and he signed both of these for me and made all the other autograph seekers happy as well. So glad to get him. Now that he's gone, obviously won't really have any more chances to do that. 4 more for the Jeff Hewson stash. He is a TV analyst with the Rockies and really kind signer, so try to get a few signed by him each month, not pester him too often, but really got a nice collection of Huey cards these days. Here's that second Doyle. These are hobby exclusive, the Tovar on the left, the Doyle on the right, light blue sparkle variations. And for all the complaints about the additional parallels in this year's 2025 Topps Heritage, I actually really like these. I think these are really sharp cards. I think they look fantastic with the blue signatures, kind of the blue on blue look, but it's not too hidden. They still show up really well. So to get these signed is fun, and I'm going to keep doing that with other guys because I really think these are sharp-looking cards, although really easy to come by, not worth much by themselves. This was fun because I bought this on eBay, got it at a good price, and it's a true photo short print variation. So this is the 2025 Topps card, but there's no border. You can see just the Topps foil there. I saw the green, the grass kind of down here, and I thought this would just look amazing with a signature, and Tovar hooked it up. He gave just a really, really nice signature on this true photo variation. So for all the flaws in Topps lately and just adding cards left and right, this is one of those fun ones. As a player collector, for myself collecting guys like Tovar and Doyle, this is a fun one. I have no complaints about them adding a card like this to their lineup. I've talked about Black Refractors a bit, but this one was fun. Got this signed. This will pair well next to my Doyle that I got signed in the past. So just numbered to 75. Got a good deal on this on eBay and got it signed, I think, the next day. I think it came in the mail and then had that signing with him the next day. On to the unsigned camp. This is kind of gimmicky, but I bought it from a guy on Reddit, and it's numbered to just 10. So they introduced this black foil parallel. There's just a lot of parallels these days, but for $20 to add a numbered to 10 flagship parallel of a guy that I collect, hard to turn that down, especially when I really didn't spend all that much on my personal collection this month. So this was probably one of the bigger percentage of what I bought for myself this month. Tovar collects as well, so maybe he'd like to get that in his hands if we cross paths later this season. All right, some golds here. Max Scherzer 2019. We got double trouble on the 2024 Topps Series 1 and update. I think, first card of the set. I love Soto. I know he kind of has his haters out there, but really excited to add those. Here's my first Clemens gold. This came in a bulk lot. 2004 with the Astros, which he was still really darn good at this time. It doesn't have his 04 stats, but you can see here just all the accolades. I do think Clemens should be in the Hall of Fame, and I think he has served his social sentence for performance-enhancing drug usage, as many folks have, but really fun to add my first Clemens to the mix. Ortiz, if you've heard me talk, I typically try to avoid these All-Star Game and Home Run Derby type variants. They're not really variants, they're just extended sets, usually out of the update series. But because I have so many Ortiz golds, and I basically have his full career run outside of just a couple of years, I've decided to start slowly adding his kind of specialty or less, not as key flagship cards to the gold collection. And up next, Chris Sale. Chris Sale's really turned it on in his last few starts. The 2020 with the Red Sox. This was kind of at the start of his kind of few years riddled with injuries, I believe, but he's looking really good once again, reigning Cy Young winner. And so I do have his gold rookie card, so he's another candidate for building a full gold run. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed seeing what I picked up for my personal collection in the month of May 2025. Now let's go ahead and jump over to the financial dashboard and see how I did financially and see how far down in the hole that I still am after my decisions last month. Now, before we get to the bad news, the good news is profit, $852 for the month of May. That's pretty good. That's definitely my best month of the year by profit, in that closely aligns with my goals of selling rather than buying in the month of May. So pretty good numbers here. Again, this is starting May 1st, ending in May 31st. You can see the breakdown here. So close to $1,400 worth in order value, another $60 from income, which is effectively credit card rewards at this point based on purchases from the prior month, charged shipping $94, and reimbursement close to $12 here. I've seen an uptick in some loss and damage claims with the eBay standard envelope shipping method in the past month or so, and this reimbursement is nice because those types of shipments actually come with insurance, and so I was able to recoup close to $12, just a penny short, after refunding the buyers for the lost or damaged items. So at least nice consolation. You have to wait a little bit to get that reimbursement. You have to spend some time to file the claim, but anyways, can't complain about getting money back for something that's outside of your control. Good uptick here. I did have a nice, fun little purchase here. 3 Ivan Rodriguez autographs right towards the end of the month, so I haven't gotten those in yet. I hope to flip those, resell them next month, and so hopefully this purchase can be worth some profit here at the end of the month, which is what was caused by this, or what caused this little decline with just a day to go. As far as purchases goes, really disciplined this month. Only spent $67 on quote-unquote personal items, and watching the first half of this video, you probably can guess that these were really fun Rockies cards to get signed in person. So always fun when I can get $67 worth of stuff for my own personal collection and go home all numbers in with $152 of cash for the month. This would be great if I could do this every month, but let's go ahead and compare this to the rest of the year here. Pretty good. Tracking the revenue from April, slightly higher actually, which is nice. Always like to see that, especially with less buying. You can see I bought quite a bit last month, which the big portion of that was the 2025 Topps Heritage case. Woo! Free fall. This big dip in profit was that foolish purchase, but a fun one, so can't complain too much. And as mentioned a couple times now, really trying to recoup. So I'm actually almost back to where I was before I bought that case. So I was at negative 379. Now I'm sitting at negative 829. So actually still some work to go, but in the right direction. Really should have made this from a profit standpoint. I've discussed that in other videos. but still kind of fun. And then as far as tracking personal collection value, you can think of it as I have spent $618 on cards that I have no intention of reselling. That's what I've spent out of pocket. And if you look at my total profit, $829, that's a slightly lower number. And so it's as if all of my work, all of my time, I have paid $829 to get $618 worth of stuff for my personal collection. And then, of course, I have a bunch of inventory that is still listed for sale. So it's going to take me a while to claw back, which I knew going into this. We can actually get a more detailed view of how this case sale is going because I use the SKU or store keeping unit or custom label field to track everything. And just to show you how bad of a purchase this was, we're still clocking in here after selling the nicer cards. And this is just a general lesson in reselling. The nicer cards typically sell first, and the cards at the highest profit or the highest revenue, I should say, sell first. So nice steady slope here, but the good stuff has started to sell, and so we're starting to flatten here, which is not great because counting all the fees, all of the other things involved, taxes, which I don't really hit out of pocket, but basically all the expenses involved just in the direct sale, I'm down $1,100. And for myself, I pretty much just kept a complete base set of 400 cards and like 68 short prints. So, I mean, that's probably worth maximum $500. Probably 400 is a closer estimate. I haven't looked up the complete set with the short prints cost lately, but this just goes to show you, don't buy new product, don't open new product, just buy what you want. And while I had fun doing it, and it has been good to get back into listing stuff for sale, I could have saved $600, $700, and had that complete set for myself. And then even a more gloomy number here is if you factor in shipping, and this is just kind of an estimate characterization here, but it's as if we've spent $1,500 on that Heritage case, which is really darn close to the actual purchase price. And so if you look here, the purchase price here was $1,439.99. So, and I need to put tax in this table. It looks like don't have that in there, which would be good to demonstrate. But holy cow! I mean, we're basically losing money on the purchase price if you factor in all those burden fees. So terrible decision. But part of the fun in collecting and doing this as a hobby is you can make those mistakes, and if you have the cash to do it, who really cares? But you can see the biggest hits that have sold so far. I have a couple Aaron Judge relics that haven't sold, but we're staring at a few $30 cards. Like the price of one of these boxes was basically $130 per box. So the best of the best cards out of 12 boxes are only worth about $30 plus shipping, and then of course got to take out some fees from there. So not what you want. And I'm just telling you flat out, don't buy new products. Buy singles, buy lots if you want to profit. But of course, it's fun to open cards, so that's why I did it. And, I do have that complete set to take home and get stuff signed. So it's not a total loss, but not a good decision, not a wise decision. As far as other projects, here still looking year to date, but this miscellaneous category really profiting nicely there if you consider all the transactions and shipping. I'm in the green on this individual project, so that's great. Let's take a look at my favorites and Topps Gold. If I can get here in the little drop down, Topps Gold, we're doing just amazing on $1,400 in direct profit, and if you factor in all of the shipments and such, around $921 of profit. Just for kicks and grins, we can go ahead and bounce this back even a year further, see if it's sustainable. And yeah, sure enough, done really well with golds. Of course, these big jumps have been either lot sales or a couple of these big boys that came back from grading and sold. But in 2 years of regular buying of Topps Gold, parallels and selling, I've kept over probably at this point, year to date through starting from 2024 to now, I've probably kept 150, 160 gold cards for the personal collection and came out ahead, even factoring shipping and all that stuff. So really cool. I think I have enough data at this point to suggest that this is sustainable. And if you buy gold lots at a good price and you resell them, you can come out ahead and keep some of the cool ones for yourself. Anything else we could look at? Maybe just a personal collection interest, just to show you it's not all sunshine and rainbows. This is my in-person autograph cards, so stuff almost always tagged as a personal expense. And the only time I'm really selling stuff here, because I don't sell the cards that I get signed in person, I don't do that. I keep them all for myself, and don't like selling stuff that other people take the time and do me a favor and put their name as a professional athlete on the card. So I just don't sell that. That's my own personal choice. But occasionally I will buy stuff and the player will get traded, or they'll just be impossible to get, and then I'll sell the card. So I'll make a little bit of money back, but that's not the point. And so I'm out $743 since the beginning of January of 2024. And of course, profited last year, hope to profit again this year. So all this is known to be a personal expense and not expecting to profit on. Anyhow, that is the story for the sales in the month of April. Month of May. April was not a fun month from a profit standpoint because of that purchase, but we're fighting back. So stick around, follow along for the months to come, because I think by the end of this year, we are going to get above this 0 number, which the last time we saw that was April 5th. I got a few cards coming back from grading that I have high hopes for, and I'm really excited to fight back here with 7 months to go through 2025. Thanks for tuning in, and we will catch you next month for the next video blog.